Good morning, everyone. So this morning I am going to be kind of giving a little bit of an update on the farm as well as showing you my morning chores. This is just a brief overview of like what I do in the mornings and how I take care of all of my animals. So I hope you enjoy. So I'm not sure in my last videos where I left off, but this is Ruby and this is Belle. They are our Boer goat females. Ruby is getting bred right now, and Miss Belle over here is due to give birth next month. So she's due between January 8th and January 18th. We are thinking January 8th because she is starting to look very round and she's dropped a little bit already. And her udder, she's such a sweetie, she wants to hang out with me. Her udder is already getting bigger, so we're hoping that she's gonna be sooner rather than later. So Miss Ruby over here, so she still looks like a little bit of a baby, but she's actually over a year old. She's 13 months, and she's getting bred right now by our wonderful PJ. Peach, say hi to the people. PJ. Sleepers, what are you doing? Hi, there's the handsome boy. So we're actually borrowing PJ from a very good friend of mine. He has let us service him out to use him as a buck, and we got very fortunate. If you can't tell, him and Ruby look very similar. So we're gonna have lots of dappled babies in the spring, which I'm very excited for. So Ruby was my bottle baby that I got from a friend who didn't really know what he was doing with bottle babies, which is totally fine. They're a lot of work. So I got her, but all of our Boer goats, which is super nice, they're all show goats. So she comes from show backgrounds, so does Belle, and they're all 100% registered, which is awesome. So we will have fully registered purebred Boer goats coming in January and hopefully in March. March or April. So that's a big update for us. I've never had my very own goats that I've been breeding. I always had goats, but bred other people's goats. Wow, he's very tired today. So to have PJ is kind of exciting, and we love having him here. He's a sweet goat. We lucked out because they can be sassy. So all the goats here on the farm are all grass-fed. I don't do any grain, which is also why most people that have Boer goats are probably saying that, oh, she's a little bit small to be 13 months old. Yeah, well, she's grass-fed, but as you can tell, she is not lacking for nutrients in any department. Oh, he's gonna get up and show you how pretty he is. He's not lacking for nutrients in any department either. So that's our little herd of Boers. Very lucky and super happy with how they all look and super excited for kids. Such pretty goats. Clearly you could tell they're all vicious. They all are a little too friendly. So this is the first thing I do in the morning. I give them a bale of hay if it's not gonna rain. If it's raining, then I put it inside their house and they get 2 flakes each. But this is perfect. This is perfect because it actually gives me the opportunity to let them eat as much as they want, and then I don't have to worry about them until, this will probably last them until end of Sunday. So it kind of works out perfect for me. And I usually leave the strings on, or at least one. I'll probably leave one on this one because they seem to have a little bit of a trouble pulling it out. But leaving the strings on are actually good because they won't eat the strings, and it actually just slows them down a little bit so they can't like gorge themselves on getting hay. They're such pretty babies. Look how big Bella is. She's starting to get fat. So the next thing on my list is letting out the chickens. Typically my husband does this before he goes to work, but I've been working from home lately, so I've been having the opportunity to do it for him. My favorite part of the morning. Dixie, come. Dixie, come. come. Dixie, here. Sit. Stay. That's everybody. Oh, no, I still hear a guinea. Stay, Dixie. Bye, Nova. All right, the next thing I do is I check on my chickens, just make sure everyone's okay. So I feed and water these guys at night usually, but I just come in and check, make sure everyone's doing good, hanging out. And then later I'll put all these guys outside and let them have some fun, but I do my morning chores first and then they all go out. Chickens are waiting for me. Next, I give the chickens some oats. Last one, there they go. Then I come and give these girls hay. So this is Sugar and Diamond. Where's Diamond? She's in there somewhere. Diamond! There's Diamond. So they get their hay separated because Sugar here is a bit of a bully. But anyway, so these girls typically aren't in here. All my goats are usually together, but we had to separate them because they're 5 years old and I don't want the buck breeding them. They're part of my original clan of goats, and these guys were the youngest ones left from my original group. But I rescued them, and they have a genetic disorder that they should not ever be bred. So that's why these two are in here for about a month, and then they'll go back in with the rest of the herd. But yep, they get a flake of hay each. So then I go ahead and do Miss Clover, and now Clover is a 15-month-old pygmy goat. And if she would turn, there you can kind of see her tummy. She's also very pregnant. So pygmies are, yes, supposed to be this little. She is on the small side for pygmies. But she is our newest addition. And as you could tell, she's actually in my chicken pen. We had to put her in here because the buck was not being too nice to her, and obviously she's little, so we had to make sure that she was nice and safe and sound. So typically, like I said, all the goats are together, but she's in here hanging out. The pigs are fighting. She's in here hanging out until she'll go back in with the big pen with everybody else. But she's honestly like kind of loving it, not gonna lie. She's a bit of a loner. She's our newest addition, so we brought her back in November. So she's only been here for about a month, and she honestly hates people, and she hates other goats. So she's a bit of a pickle, not gonna lie, but she's cute as a button, and I've been working with her to get her to be a little bit more friendly. It's not like she's not, well, I'll put it this way. She does not want to be friends. She's not afraid. She just isn't interested in liking anyone. But that's fine. So she's hanging out, and she's starting to look uber prego, which is quite funny. But yeah, that's Clover. She's our newest goat. And I think by the look of the pigs, they're ready for me to feed them. So that's what's next. Just a brief, this is what the pig food looks like. So along with food scraps and being on pasture in the summer, they get this all year round. So this is basically a mix of alfalfa, pellets, or cubes, depending on what my granary has available, sunflower seeds, and rolled oats. And then a organic soy-free pig mash from our local, oh my gosh, what's it called? Grain mill. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So we try to buy as much stuff local as physically possible. So I buy the alfalfa pellets and the pig mash and the rolled oats all from our grain mill, and they're all sourced locally, so I've been told, and they're also all organic. And then the black oil sunflower seeds, I just get from Tractor Supply, and I get the regular birdseed ones. Well, my time-lapse video didn't work because it fell down, but anyway, so this is what I do for feeding. I separate them in a line. It works really well. They all have their spots. The order always goes Boone, Peach, Ginger. So this is Boone, this is our boar. I absolutely love him, but he doesn't seem to be doing his job, so I'm worried that he's gonna have to go. But then Peach and Ginger are sisters. They came from the same breeder, and they are about 13 months. Boone is 16 months. So those are the pigs. Why? Rude. So I'm hoping that so we separated him for about a month and a half, and then we put them back together in hopes that he would breed them. But so far not seeing much symptoms of being bred, but still holding out for it. So these are Cooney Coon pigs. They are fantastic. They stay on this lot with their 2 houses. They'll stay here for farrowing, so when they give birth, and then they're here in the winter, and then otherwise they go out with the cows and with the goats, depending on which area needs grass to be grazed. And then they'll also go in my garden at the end of the summer, and occasionally if we need more grazing, we'll rotate them through the woods. We haven't had to do that yet, but so they're good pigs. They're sweethearts. I like Peach with her floppy ears. Peacho! Look at those big ears. I just love it. Ginger's got little teeny tiny petite ears, which actually kind of matches their personality. Ginger is a sweetheart. She is an absolute angel, does no wrong. And then Peach, to put it nicely, is a little bit of a crackhead. She is all over the place. You could tell in her eating. She throws food everywhere. She's messy, she's rude, she'll push you over. And she is an escape artist too, which is why we had to put hog panels up instead of just the electric mesh wire, which we used to do, because she pushed through. Boone's a little bit of a bully. He pushes them around, but is a sweetheart with people, which I really appreciate. And I'm just hoping that they make some beautiful babies. So these guys are also from show lines. He comes from one of the best breeders on the East Coast, as what people say. I disagree. That's a story for another day though. But his lines, his lineage is supposed to be very fancy and very good and very prestigious in the show world. These girls are about the same. Their grandsire was some like big deal in the show world. I don't really keep up on pig shows. I just wanted them to be correct and look right. None of these guys are registered, even though they all could be. I just didn't want to pay the extra fee to get them registered. So they're all fancy show pigs, but no registrations on these guys. But all 100% pure. And all waddled also. See their little waddles. As you can see with the cows, where they're sitting, we had their hay feeder. We actually just moved that. They got fed this morning. My husband feeds them before he leaves for work. So they're just happy over there chewing their cud. I'll give them another bale of hay here in probably about an hour or two. They typically eat 2 to 3 bales a day. Daffy is our pregnant Jersey. And then Gus and Gracie. So I was realizing while editing this video that I never did an outro. So here's my outro a couple days later. But I really hope you guys enjoyed that video, and let me know in the comments, like, do you like the farm videos? Do you want to see more updates? Do you want to see when babies are born? Let me know. Typically I do instructional videos, but I thought that a little bit of a farm update might be nice and kind of fun. So let me know if you enjoyed it. Catch you on the next one.